But overall, this is a solid group of guys to add. But when you talk about this roster, it is thin at starters. It's thin at depth. There's a lot of teams around us that are getting better. And this is not a move to have to win this season. A lot of Finn fans are believing that if Greer doesn't prove himself this season, he's gone. And I don't think that's the case. I think that he's got 2 more seasons at least. And this is just a setup, which is fine. I get it. But you've got to understand what we're doing here. You're asking Greer to go into this draft with 2 really top 100 picks. I think one's 98, but it's a back end, so maybe 3. And then you're asking him to fill all these spots. You need a starting guard unless you're talking about Eichenberg. You really should upgrade the tight end class. You need a backup quarterback. You need 2 defensive tackles. You lost some guys to free agency. You're going to need a starting cornerback. You still need safeties, really. You're going to have to add to this safety group, but you clearly need at least 2 more cornerbacks. Maybe bring Kohu back, but clearly 1 starting cornerback, 1 starting DI, 1 starting guard, and a bunch of help. And, remember, you got Sealer, who's 30 going on 31, Ramsey 30, 31. Either of these guys go down, you got problems. And then you need help on the offensive line. What about tackle? Jackson and Daniels are coming off major injuries. There's a lot to add. I think he can get to coherency if he has a great draft. But it's going to take that, guys. So overall, it's a good stuff. This is the stuff he should have been doing instead of blowing picks and trading up, instead of doing 2 picks on first-round picks for Waddle, trade up a little bit for Smith, and then you have extra ammo, and maybe trade back a little bit and get stuff. He was reaching for years, reached for Jackson, reached for Noah, reached for plenty of guys. So it seems like he's stabilized a little bit, but there's the arrogance of bringing Eichenberg back. I've got to show you I was right, and this whole idea of the offensive line not being such a big deal,